It would appear he has it all. Fame, money, friends with fame, friends with money, adoring fans, critical acclaim, a jet-setting lifestyle. An outrageously fun job that gives him license to throw sheet cake at strangers. Steve Aoki has everything he ever could have dreamed of, in excess quantities. Except for one thing, sleep. To spend time with Aoki is to spend time with a man who is perpetually a few hours of shut-eye shy of being properly rested. Sleep or no sleep, he doesn't stop. Our story begins in Scottsdale, Arizona. The venue, Livewire. It's another stop on Aoki's latest tour, the Neon Future Experience. The hours leading up to an Aoki show are always a trip. Massive lines of fidgety fans wrap around the building. As we meet up with the crew inside, Steve gets some good news.
Hey, we're sold out. That's sick. Yeah, every show's been sold out so far, so it feels good. It feels fucking good. Feels fucking good.
So nice to meet you.
The girls are coming in right now. The girls and the guys have purchased the VIP meet and greet ticket.
I'm not nearly as pretty.
That's all good. By yourself first, yeah. From our VIPs, we pick who gets to get caked on stage, and also who gets to go white raver rafting.
So you guys are the first one. So you want to ride a raft?
Yeah.
All the good fun shit.
We're first in line for Steve Aoki, and we got picked to ride the raft.
After Aoki spends some time with the VIPs, we go backstage and discover one of the coolest tour buses in the world.
Yo, what's up, all in? Come on, check out my tour bus. You gotta be Japanese style, Japanese culture. When you enter this bus, take off your shoes. This is Travis Barker from Blink-182's bus. He lives on the road, so he treats his bus like a home, and this is a home.
After politely removing our shoes and getting a detailed tour of the bus, I conduct my first ever interview in my socks.
Dude, I checked your tour dates and I was taken back. What is this Neon Future Experience all about, man?
Generally, I'd say majority of the time when I do shows, I'm flying. For the Neon Future Experience tour, it's a bus tour. And we're bringing production, which is why it's a bus tour. It's a huge working operation on this tour. I've invested the greater part of 2014 building, developing, putting together this live show. This is show number 6. We've sold out every single show, and we're nonstop.
I think we have like maybe 3 days off over a 5 or 6 week period.
We did Austin, then we did Houston, and had a day off. So I flew to this bus, and then we came back on the road. Phoenix to San Diego, playing EDC, San Diego, and then fly back and then do the Rose Bowl.
I've never ever worked with an artist like Steve who just travels and travels and travels because he does it more than anyone else. He's got the Guinness World Record for it. The most miles traveled by an artist in 1 year. He holds that record.
The one thing I'm lacking is sleep. Like, I'm tired right now, I'll be honest. It's those naps that keep me going. I call it the Aoki nap. I even have a full series on Instagram.
Let's get freaky!
The Aoki nap series. I sleep in weird, uncomfortable positions and the most awkward settings you've ever seen. The Aoki nap series.
So normally before the show, he will take a nice little nap, which is, I'm assuming, what's going on right now.
I'm napping and then they wake me up about 30 minutes before and I jump on stage.
Let's go hit the stage with Steve Aoki real quick.
Life is not about just one sensory experience.
Are you living your life or just waiting to die?
It's about a combination of all of them. This is supposed to be a party. So when I think of shows, I don't think of them as a sonic experience. I think as a multitude of experiences. You're seeing things, hearing things, feeling. I want to engage with the crowd. So I still do the cakes, I still do the champagne, I still do my life rest.
If you're wondering who that is, that's one of Steve's really good friends, Casey Thompson. As you can see, being friends with Steve has its rafting perks. It also helps when you buy out the merch bar.
Casey just bought 100 t-shirts and we're gonna give them out to the crowd.
My goal is to get into your emotions and make it like you're high on life. So you leave going, that was the best fucking show I've ever seen. That's my goal. And that's what keeps me going, keeps me excited to go on to the next show.
Thank you, we fucking love you, Arizona!
At All In, we're all about people who live life all in. Steve Aoki truly lives life all in. And when trying to keep up with Aoki, you're never quite sure where you'll have to be. But undoubtedly, one city will always show up in your itinerary.
Oh, Vegas.
Steve, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Newport Beach, Orange County, California. And you know, when you live down in Newport Beach, the lifestyle down there is surfing, skating, snowboarding. So I was around that kind of world. That's where I first got into music at 16. First of all, I started DJing after I graduated college. So I did something unorthodox. And most people like get into DJing when they're mad young.
After college, Steve moved to LA, focused on gaining traction with his record label, Dim Mak Records. He was throwing parties to promote his artists and found himself DJing those parties. Almost accidentally, he found his calling.
And that's when I first got my cover of a DJ magazine called BPM. That gave me a lot of attention. And another big moment was in 2005, I started remixing. I remixed bands on my label because I had the stems and no one could stop me. All of a sudden, after 5 or 6 remixes, we get a call from Interscope, hey, will you do this Snoop Dogg remix? I'm like, holy shit, we got Snoop Dogg. And I started writing original music and I started producing just Steve Aoki records on my own. And that's when Pursuit of Happiness remix came out, and this is back in 2009. My first single was I'm in the House with will.i.am. That was a big moment for me too.
So, how did you become the household name that you are now?
For me, where I'm very proud of certain moments, I could say that getting a Grammy nomination for my first album, Wonderland, was a hugely recognized feat for me because now the Grammy committee saw my album as one of the top 5 best dance albums of that time. You know, that's the kind of thing that you'll never forget. Even though I didn't win, I didn't even expect to be nominated. I feel like I'm a true testament to an artist that has been built directly from fan base, not from anything of an institutional structure. Because my music, for a long period of time, has not been played on radio and has not been on television. So if I got in that route, you don't need to grind so hard. But then also the opposite that can happen. You could sell so many records, but still no one wants to go see you play.
Right. It's fucking packed. You look at the other pool, there's like no one there, and then you look over there and there's just like a sea of color. That's where we're going. Here we go. We set the record last year for the most people in One Republic.
Walking into these parties with Aoki, you really get to feel what it's like to be a rock star.
You know, the fans have built my career to where it is. That's the most important thing, is I don't want to disappoint fans. When I play these songs, I don't play them for myself. I play them because I want to give that experience to people. And that's what keeps me going. It keeps me excited to go on to the next show.
You know, for most people, the end of a jam-packed, multi-hour, 11 loud pool party at Wet Republic would mean it's time to go get some grub and take a nap. Not for Steve. Nope. We gotta hit the jet. Dan Bilzerian is waiting.
The party's already started.